All right, everybody. Excuse me. Welcome back. Totally
Yeah.
Driven Radio. And it's that time, Nick.
It's exciting.
It's beyond exciting. I mean, this is a complete honor to be able to talk to our next guest. I'm really happy. I'm really excited to introduce the world to the one, the only, Mr. Mario Andretti. Mario, welcome to Totally Driven Radio.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Bay.
Oh, it's an honor, sir. It really is.
Well, it's very nice. You're very kind.
So I gotta say, I mean, looking back over your career, it was 111 races you won. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, do you look back over it and just say like, wow?
Well, in so many ways, I always say I count my blessings every day. I've been extremely fortunate. I had a long career, and I was able to retire on my own terms, which, in effect, it's something that doesn't usually happen, especially when you look at the decades where I raced, where the safety was not, what we're enjoying today. So I dodged quite a few bullets along the way, as you can imagine, and I don't take anything for granted. Like I said, I know how lucky, how fortunate I've been, and for that, again, I'm very thankful, and I couldn't have asked for anything more from my life, from my career, to be very honest with you.
Now, looking back, like, is there any, like, defining moment where you truly say, like, that was your proudest moment of your career?
Well, there are several defining moments, as you can imagine. I mean, you do have the one that actually is a total standout is the fact that in 1954, at age 14, still living in Italy, my brother Aldo and I saw our very first big race, the Italian Grand Prix in Monza, and that's really, you could say, where the dream began, where the mold was cast, and as fate would have it, that's where I clinched the world championship in 1978. Like 24 years later, or not 24, 14 years later. So as you can imagine, those are the moments that you dream about, and again, you could not have written a bit better script than that. So and we had a few along the way, just great moments. Racing with my own sons, nephew. There were four of us in the Indy 592, same family, never happened before or since. Finishing 1-2 in IndyCar races with my son Michael. We did that as many as 8 times. Things like that obviously when you look back, you could not design your career or your life that way, but it happened in a very wonderful way.
Now, as a matter of fact, like you do have, the Andretti name has carried on through the generations. And did at any point, as your sons and nephews were getting involved in it, did you want to steer them away from it, or did you encourage them to follow in your footsteps?
Well, I would say I probably indirectly encouraged it, if you will, not directly, however. And the one thing that I always said very clearly to them when I saw the signs that were, looking to embark in this direction, I said, if you're going to do it, make sure you just do it for yourself. Don't do it just because you think that I may want to see you do it or to please me. Do it because you want to do it. And I want to make sure that was really the ultimate ingredient there. And this is, we're in the third generation now with Marco. So my son Michael said the same thing to his own son, it's, again, they're exposed to it. And sometimes it's catching, you think maybe you'd like to think that they feel they're compelled to do it. And it's very difficult, to be able to dissect it, if you will.
Sure.
But I made sure that I spoke my piece and said, this is your life, and you have to enjoy it. You have to look forward to your own dreams, not anyone else's. And I think it worked that way, quite honestly.
Now, how about your own parents? When you and your brother were getting into the racing, did they try to discourage you because it was so dangerous?
Oh yeah, I mean my father especially. Do you know that my brother Aldo? I have a twin brother Aldo, and I started racing together at the same time, and we raced the full first season without my dad knowing. We didn't dare tell him. It was kind of a weird thing, and he almost felt vindicated because he found out we were racing when my brother got hurt in the very last race of the season, which was in Hatfield, Pennsylvania. Wow. It was an invitational race, and he was in a coma for a long time. Actually, we thought we were going to lose him. And then my dad got really, really mad when he found out the following season that I resumed racing. So now my dad was not one that condoned that or encouraged it or even just gave us any blessing. It was a long time after that when obviously we became of age, and he started asking my brother Aldo, "Oh, how's Mario doing?" And then he would ask me, "How's Aldo doing?" Then he started following, and then he was wondering why we're not winning every race.
Now, what's it like? I mean, you're in a race car. You've gone over 200 miles an hour, and then you're getting out of a race car, and you go out into the street, and you're driving on the street. Is it hard to distance the two that you're not still in that race car?
Oh, you're not going to tell him. You're not going to put me in that spot. But no, I mean it's you distinguish it. I mean it's not the same thing. My frustrations on the road are the same as everybody else's. Now and then you feel like you like to give somebody a nudge here and there. But it's very different. It's very different. We don't try to be, to feel, to act like we're on a racetrack on the road for sure.
Right. Now, your everyday car that you drive, what is it? What is your car of choice?
I usually try to stay away from really telling you, but I just like my sports cars. I have a couple of sports cars and sedan. I like high performance cars, even though you can't really use it.
Sure.
But I love cars. I love to treat myself, and so I'll let you guess what I have.
Now, why early on in your career, you were doing NASCAR racing, and you win the Daytona 500, and then you make the leap and go over to IndyCar racing. What was the reasoning behind it? Was there a reasoning behind it, or?
Well, I think it was the other way around. My main cup of tea was always open wheel racing, and the NASCAR side was something very much on the side or a one-off thing because I had a great relationship with the manufacturers at the time, and Ford in particular. I benefited from their technology in Indy cars and sports prototypes, Can-Am, and whenever I would express a desire to do some NASCAR, some stock car racing, they would provide me with one of their top teams, and obviously that's what helped me win, their biggest race. But NASCAR was not ever, part of my main curriculum. It was always open wheel cars.
Okay. Now, how about today? There's a lot of with the females more and more in auto racing. Are you surprised by that? Do you like it, or?
Well, I mean, it's there's certainly a place for them, and you don't have too many. I mean, you have a one-off here and there, and and the one that gets the most attention these days is Danica Patrick, of course. But yeah, I mean it's something that we've had females from way back in the 70s. Now and then they tried Indy cars, they tried Formula One, and currently, as I said, you still have Danica is trying very hard to make her mark. Again, they're certainly welcome. It's primarily been a man's sport, if you will, and you don't have like golf does or tennis. Ladies golf, ladies tennis, or ladies racing and men's racing. They have to blend in, come in, and race with the boys. And
right.
So far, we haven't had a real champion. But you never know. It's they're finding it tough. Sometimes even physically. There's thank goodness. The female anatomy is a little bit different. Sometimes they can't deal with some of the demands, but again, the ones that have been doing it, they've been doing their gender, they're making them proud. Danica works very, very hard at her game, and again, she's very popular, as you can imagine, and again creates a lot of interest in the sport for sure.
Now you also have your wine business, the winery.
Yes, I do. Winery in Napa Valley, and we're definitely in Pennsylvania in the state stores, and we're in 46 states. So we produce enough wine to be able to pretty much be present throughout the United States. We have some international presence as well. We're in Canada, we're in Europe, up in the Czech Republic and in Austria, we're in Philippines, we're in Singapore, we're in Japan, and we're just entering China.
Wow. How'd you get started doing that? Did you do your own for years, or?
Yeah, it's one of those things. There was no big plan in place. It just happened. Started out as a licensing deal, which I didn't like the way it was run and so forth, but I had my name on a shingle, and then I decided to just buy it out and have controlling interest and control our own destiny, and that's where we are today. So. And I enjoy it. I love that part of it. Napa Valley is, it's wonderful. It's a paradise in itself, and so I just enjoy the involvement. I have some wonderful people. A great winemaker, Bob Pepe, has been with us since the beginning, 1995, and we have great product. We medal every year. Every year we enter international competition, and with one or two or three varietals that we enter, we always medal. So we have great quality to be proud of, and as you can imagine, great enjoyment.
Now I gotta ask, being a fellow Italian, do you eat like on Sundays? Like I grew up eating every Sunday was macaroni. So do you have macaroni on Sunday and a glass of Andretti wine?
Well, yeah, I can enjoy some macaroni. Certainly enjoy the wine. Yeah, I enjoy a glass of wine with a meal. I always do. I always have, as a matter of fact. And I always said, I have a saying. There is a saying that a day without wine is like a day without sunshine, but I say a meal that's my saying. A meal without wine is like a day without sunshine. Sunshine.
So I gotta ask, do you call it sauce or gravy?
Oh, salsa.
You call it sauce, okay.
Salsa, yes. Parli italiano or no?
Yeah. That's the thing. Like my grandparents were from Italy. I mean, direct from Italy, and they called it gravy.
Gravy?
Gravy. Yeah, that's what my grandmother used to call it.
I don't know. Call it whatever you like, as long as it's good.
Yeah, believe me, it's good. It's delicious. Oh, that's funny. Now, are you you're from the, I guess you can consider it the Philadelphia area.
Well, Nazareth, yeah, Allentown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you like a Philly sports fan as well?
Of course, yeah.
So you have felt the
We
pain of
follow.
our Eagles for many years.
Foul, yeah, we just share the pain. We share the pain for sure. And it was fun this year, though. I tell you. I think good things are happening there. You know, we finally got a quarterback that is a quarterback, and I think is well respected by the team, and they do a good job around him. And yeah, coach is fine too. It seemed like he's getting it. So we hope for the best. And the Phillies, you know, just they need to kick it up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flyers, I mean, they you know what, they started out terrible. I mean, they're picking up on the season. I think they'll be in the playoffs. So that's the main thing.
And the Sixers are just. I was talking to somebody about the Sixers yesterday. They said they could end up losing
I didn't
the
even
last.
mention that for a moment.
They could end up losing like the last 34 games of the season in a row.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. Now, a question going back to racing real quick. When you're doing like them real long races, like how do you prepare for something like that to be in a car for that long?
Well, I think it's a lot of people don't realize that physically you prepare. You have to be, you know, very much on your game as far as be able to withstand and have the stamina, you know, to be as efficient at the end of the races at the beginning, which is easier said than done. But a lot of people don't realize the physical effort that is required to drive a race car. You know, they just don't know. And I always say, you know, just take a ride with me in a two-seater car, and you get some idea what it's all about. And but it's a very non-participant sport, so nobody can really, you know, realize what it takes. But again, it's all about, you know, just doing your job as far as preparation, the physical side. Every driver has their own trainer. It's very important. Again, it's most drivers have like 3% fat on their bodies, you know, and just very, very well, you know, very fit athletes.
Yeah, that's something like I guess most people wouldn't expect either. That it is physically demanding, and you do have to physically train, even though it's just driving.
Well, it's just driving. It's not just driving. You know, like when you, you know, when you're driving these cars and you're pulling 5.5, 6 Gs through the corners, you got to steer that thing at 230 miles an hour, you know, for 3 hours and so on and so forth. I mean, like I said, people just don't realize. All you have to do is go to a local go-kart place, you know, and try to do 10 laps. Or try to enter, you know, I have a racing school, you know, and have, you know, we have the, you know, Indy-style cars on an oval. You go out there and people do 8 laps and they come in, their arms fall off, you know. So you just have to have some kind of a understanding of what it takes. It's not like driving to Aunt Mammy down the road 500 miles and then, you know, you can stop for a beer and all that. This thing, I mean, when you're in a race car, you're 100%. You're carrying that baby, you know, and all the G-forces that you're dealing with, the heat factor, and what it takes to steer those things. I mean, you know, okay, stock cars, they have power steering and all that, you know, they're not as physical, but our cars, I mean, you are physical. When you're come out of that race car, you're done. You're done, believe me.
I'm sure there's probably been a lot of people that have gone to your driving school and thought that they were going to go there and become this great professional driver, and then after they do it, they probably turn around and say, nope, not for me.
Well, Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people sort of come away with a different respect for what it's all about. Because again, it's hard to really to put it together. You almost like you had to be there type of thing. You have to just experience it yourself firsthand, and then you figure, oh wow, now I kind of get it.
Right, right. Very nice. So, do you have anything you're working on or promoting at all, or?
Well, I mean, it's I have a a very busy schedule. I have a full plate of commitments that I do besides some of the businesses that I have. But I work with a company like Firestone, for instance, MagnaFlow. Since I work with different companies and on the promotional side and pretty much everything related to performance. Or our world of motorsports, and I'm enjoying that very much. It's things that I understand, but again, I have a very full life these days, and travel all over the world, and so I keep very busy. I drive the two-seater car in the IndyCar races. I do quite a bit of driving that, and so that keeps me going. I love that aspect of it, and keeps me in shape as well, so that's a good excuse.
Look at you. Still going. Good for you.
You bet.
Very nice. Well, this has been an honor, Mr. Andretti. I want to thank you so much for taking your time out of your day. It's been a true pleasure, and Can I just get you, before I let you go for the night, can I get you to cut a quick ID and just say this is Mario Andretti and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio?
Sure.
Go for it.
You ready?
Yep.
This is Mario Andretti, and you are listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been
welcome.
an honor, Mr. Andretti. I want to thank you, and good luck with everything, and I hope I get to meet you one day.
Well, I hope so, too. Come to the Pocono race.
I'll come, and we'll have some macaroni.
There you go. And I'll bring the wine.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, Mario.
Take care.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everybody, there he is, Mario Andretti. I wish we had more time. I would have prepared a lot more questions, but we only had the half hour to talk to him. But come on, Mario freaking Andretti. I am psyched.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you asked the endurance race questions because, like I said in the chat, 24 hours of Daytona is a lot of driving, and I'd like to know how you mentally prepare for that. You know what I mean?
Dude, the one question I want to ask, which the last time we had a race car driver on, we had Cassie Gannis on, and actually I think she's from out your way. I think she's from Arizona.
Yeah, she follows me on Twitter.
Yeah. And I asked her, but I didn't want to ask him this question because I didn't want to upset him or make him mad, but what if, when you're in one of them long endurance races especially, what if you got to go to the bathroom?
I think they have, a system. I'm assuming it's, involves some sort of, tube and, bottle or something like that.
I wonder if they get, catheterized or something for the race.
I mean, at the same time, though, and this might sound disgusting, but this is going back to, my high school football days, but, sometimes people just go too. I'm guessing that especially back in the old days, there were probably some just dirty bridges at the end of these races.
Dude, I mean, with my luck, I would have the massive dump attack, and what do you do? I mean, sometimes it just happens. I guess unless they clean their system out the day before just to be safe,
right? And
not eat nothing. I don't know.
Well, nobody's in the car with you, so if it stinks, I mean, it's not like anyone's gonna notice.
Dude, do you know how uncomfortable that would be? Especially say if you're
in and then runs away.
Well, no, it's say you have to do like a 500 lap race, and say
Right.
lap 10, it happens, and you now have soiled pants, and you have 490 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, but you're talking about people that, voluntarily go, like, open wheel 250 miles an hour without anything over their head. You know what I mean? Like,
too.
we're not talking about people that make, normal, realistic choices.
All right, well, we got 2 minutes to go. So this Sunday night, the TV Nation, Nick, what do we got going on?